Are you racing in those, by the way? Or have you got the new sort of...
I've got a new, I've got...
My name's Tyler Green. Where I'm from is a little bit tricky now. I'm originally from Portland, Oregon, born and raised.
What's your first memory of running competitively?
Of running what?
Competitively in racing, yeah.
Let's see.
During the race, how much you're drinking? What are you listening to in your body? Is it like thirst? Is it how much you pee or anything else?
I think thirst is top priority. If I'm thirsty, I should be doing it. A warning sign is if I start to feel like my stomach is sloshing around a lot and like the liquid isn't being absorbed.
Caleb, how you feeling?
Feeling good.
Yeah? 2 days till the start?
Yep.
How's the body feeling?
Body's feeling good, totally healthy. Training went well. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, so you've spent a little bit of time up at altitude building up to this, and how has the build been leading in as a high level view?
I'm not worried about altitude. I live at like 6,000 feet in Utah, and so I mean that's pretty much exactly what we're at right now.
Yep.
The high point is not any higher than I normally go on a lot of my training runs, so I don't see that being an issue.
Mm-hmm. And when did you like specifically start training for Western States Endurance Run? Do you see it as a 10-week build, a 12-week build, or how do you view the entire block in a sense of when do you specifically start training for this?
Yeah, I mean, I did train differently than I usually would have all through the winter, just doing more faster, flatter running. But I got more specific right after a race that I did in mid-April. Mm-hmm. I raced Madeira, which is a pretty verty race. So I was doing a lot more hills training for that, and then switched over to do more flatter, faster running.
Okay.
After that, so about 8 to 10 weeks ago.
Okay. And what's the overall sort of volume look like in these last 10 weeks? And it'd be good to speak to a couple of sort of the key workouts that you've built up to.
Yeah, let's see. So leading into Madeira, I was doing, like I said, big vert. I think I maxed out around 100 miles a week. I was doing between 25 and 30,000 feet of gain, and then tapered for Madeira, took a little recovery time, and then built back up pretty quickly after that race to be doing around 100 miles a week for 4 or 5 weeks before I started my taper for Western States. And I tried to still include enough hills that I felt like I was keeping the legs strong, but definitely some faster, more runnable stuff than I was doing previously.
And what are some of, I guess one interesting point that I'm curious to learn about is what's the longest you've gone in the build-up in one run?
I mean, I sort of treated the Madeira race as a build-up run.
Yep.
And that was about 50 miles. So that was my longest single run and in the specific build-up. But other than that, low 30s, like right around 30 miles.
Okay.
Is about as long as I ever went.
Uh-huh. And do you focus on doing a lot of paced work on the flat at all, threshold work, or is that not something that's really in the
I'm less into the like super structured workouts. When I feel good, maybe like every couple of weeks, I'll do like sort of an intentional harder push day where I'm on something faster and I'm trying to get more turnover. Maybe I'll do like an hour and a half at kind of a tempo effort.
Uh-huh.
But there's usually not a lot of planning or structure around specific workouts.
Okay.
And I'm more focused on quality long runs and
Sure.
recovering.
Yeah, sure. And what would a great last question for you before the race?
Yeah.
What is the goal for Saturday? What would be a great performance for you?
Yeah, it's my first 100-mile race. It's my first time racing in this level of heat. So a great day would definitely include finishing. And ideally, I want to work my way up all day. I want to constantly be moving up through the field, and I'd love to see how far up into the top 10 I can get.
Perfect. Well, all the best to you, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, this is nice.
Super nice. Tyler, thanks for having me at one of your last runs. How you feeling?
Absolutely. Feeling good.
Yeah?
Yeah, starting up my runs, I always feel a little bit like out of breath and then kind of settle in. All good. Hay's in the barn.
Hay's in the barn. So how has the training been at a high level view leading into Western States this year?
Yeah, this has been an interesting one for me. I had big intentions of running Madeira Island Ultra Trail. Was all trained up for it. Packed my bags for it. Got to the airport and was told that I couldn't go because my passport didn't have enough. Didn't extend like 90 days past my departure date from Portugal.
Okay.
So I couldn't race that, but I had peaked for that. So, kind of took a little time, regrouped mentally, and then started in on Western States training. But yeah, that was a little bit of a bummer to have that. That being said, like, my body was craving something hard, so I went out and did a 50-mile race. It's called the Tillamook Burn, a local race. Did 50 miles on Saturday, and then 50K on Sunday.
Okay.
Just as a good back-to-back, just to like get into 100-mile pace, 100-mile effort. And that was awesome.
Yeah.
Really good confidence booster. And after that, did a training camp out here. And then shortly after that, we actually moved from Portland, Oregon to Salt Lake City. So that's been an interesting transition of just, it's been hot there, dealing for the first time in my life, having altitude for the first time, and took a little time to adjust to, but now starting to really like turn the corner on it and feel good. And that's something, as I've approached the starting line at 6,000 feet, I've normally approached it coming straight from sea level in Portland. So it's nice to have that foundation there.
For sure. And on top of the workouts you just mentioned, or the races, has there been any other sort of key workouts that you've completed in the lead up to this that have given you some confidence?
Yeah, definitely. There's a big one was like 8 by 1 mile, starting at like 5:30 and bumping it down all the way to 4:50, which is
nice.
I never run that fast.
Yeah. That's good going. And
yeah.
What are some of your long runs that you've done in the lead up to this race? You mentioned a 50K. What is the longest you've gone in the last, say, 3 months?
Yeah, I mean, the 50 mile absolutely is the longest run.
Yep.
Besides that, it's not so much going, I would never train like past like a 30 mile, maybe 35 mile long run. It's usually in the form of back-to-backs.
Sure.
So the other kind of week training camp, back-to-backs, it's run or weekend that I like to hang my hat on was coming here and doing the last 60 miles or so.
Yep.
Of the course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would a great day look like for you on Saturday? What's the goal?
Yeah, I mean, I don't put a place or a time on my success. I certainly have ideas of what that could be, what I could be happy with. So easy to kind of fall into the trap of, well, the only way that I can, if I'm going to improve, if I'm going to have success, is to improve upon second place.
Yep.
And in some sense, I just feel like that's kind of a fool's errand to say like that's the only way. So I'm much more about like finishing the race and saying I have no regrets about what I did out there,
Okay.
about the decisions I made, about the effort I put in, and the way that I raced against my competitors. And when the trail was quiet and I was all alone, the decisions I made to do my best out there.
Awesome, man. Well, really appreciate the insights, and all the best to you on Saturday.
Hey, thanks so much. First off, I have, this is for Crew A. So I'll get that over there. And this is Crew B. So, I have backup shoes. I'll show you the backup stuff to start with. This is other like socks and additional various fuels there. So those are ready to go. An extra, I guess just a bottle cap. I didn't bring a full bottle, but we've got tons of bottles in here that you're going to be like recycling quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then each bag is for a different aid station. So here's Duncan Canyon is the first one.
Yeah.
And then from there, you're referencing the spreadsheet to say this is what I need to do for each one. The biggest, so I guess just, yeah, we'll talk through, well, let's talk big picture with cooling, and you can offer any suggestions here as well. I feel like this is pretty well dialed. This is my ice bandana. There are two types of ice bandanas. One of them has a zipper on it. I found this zipper to be a little bit janky. So there's also one with just a button in it. And I get that because when I'm running up to an aid station on my own, it's easier for me to just unbutton it and say stuff the ice in here and we'll go. However, since it's Duncan Canyon straight to Robinson Flat, this is a zippered one because there's also the possibility that ice can jump out of there as I'm running, so in this case it's not going to jump out. So that's aid station 1 with the zipper. I mean, the main things that we do is we cool, nutrition, and hydration, right? I mean, it's those two things, and we have other ways that we're getting it.
How long does it do? Is it like 2
It
hours?
ends up being,
Up to 2 hours?
I mean, we've counted it up mostly with the Roctane that's available at the aid stations.
How many aid stations are between those two? Between Dusty and... Oh no, there's 3. There's 3.
And honestly, like, I don't think that this actually ends up getting filled, so maybe we just use some additional flow gel and fill it up to the top.
Yeah, we can do it. We can wait. I mean, you're right. There's 3, and you're gonna fill it with Roctane at most of them.
Yeah.
That bottle, so.
It should be enough, like if that's 150
Yeah, we can top
grams.
that up if that's helpful. How big's the flask?
It says 150, but I've been able to fill a 90 plus additional, like maybe an extra gel even.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like I'm able to get, like, this is based on my experience from Tillamook Burn, that I can get about 120 grams in here.
Okay, yep. We can always fit another. Would you rather just keep it all and just have one normal gel in there, or a bit of flow gel?
I'm fine with just
Either way.
putting flow gel in there, and I have, like, you can just use the extra, the backup that has these.
Yeah.
So you can just like top it off with that.
Yeah, all good.
Okay.
We've got loads of backup as well.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yeah. Loads of
Really? Okay, I'm gonna make sure I keep keeping this all together. Oh, you actually press the things? Yeah. This isn't as bad as last year. Last year he was like just ripping everything. Let's see, so that's kind of the 3 main things there. The other things that are written for that one are, again, cantaloupe, and then I've written Sprite or Coke. Wait, no, sorry, wrong one. Sprite or Coke. I don't know, like, I guess it's just like, maybe it's a little more refreshing to switch it up to Sprite, so maybe we go Sprite that time.
Yeah.
Let's see what I wrote down here. These swigs from Sprite or Coke. I guess just bring them both.
Yeah.
It's easy to
less options, I guess. Just
yeah, it's
Go
easy to crack it. Let's just go Sprite. It's like I was watching like the live stream of this like Frucky Chucky last year, and I was like, get going, Tyler, come on! Like, you're wasting time. So I mean, ideally, I'm just going straight to you, getting what I need, and rolling out of there. I was like, don't stop and like look at something and.
Better than your first year, though.
Yeah,
Remember
first
your
year I was
first year
going
you
to
were-
the aid station and then going to my crew.
You would go to your aid
I'd be
station,
like,
you'd be
what do I
like,
got here?
Thank
was
you guys
grazing.
for being here. This is fun.
He was grazing.
Yeah,
Being a
he changed
grazer.
that.
He's like, I'm taking advantage of this injury.
Free food here.
Yeah, there's free food.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I looked at the times compared to someone, like the guy that finished in front of me was like 15 minutes ahead of me, but our moving time was the exact same time. I was like, there's something there. It was like 15 free minutes, cool. So just like the narrative here is, again, super quick, keep moving through. I'm going to have an ice bandana. That would ideally be a zipper one, but it's whichever one you have access to at that point. I don't know which ones are going to be in play. I'm going to have the ice bandana through the river.
Yep.
Some of it will probably melt away in the river, but at least I'm still getting some for going up.
Are you getting a fresh one at Rucky Chucky?
Yeah,
Should I have Vince do that for me too?
maybe that might be good.
Do you have any
We have a couple now. We have a couple extras now.
Okay.
Data-wise,
think
like
there
that's
might be
going
in the
to be
front.
one of the hottest parts of the day.
Yeah.
Just temperature spike because we're on
In
that
the front?
time.
Yeah, down at the bottom of the river is always like the hottest part of the day.
So now is the time of the program where we get to meet our elite runners, probably for the only time face to face. So we're going to invite our elite runners up. We're going to start with the women, and I'm going to ask you to come up and just stand right here in front of the stage. Lottie Brinks, Becca Wendell, Elsie Davis, Heather Jackson, Lauren Peretz, Anna Lee, Ragnar DeBatz, Lin Chen, Rachel Drake, Casey Lichtai, Fu Zhao Zhang, Ingvild Kaspersen, Priscilla Forgy, Leah Yingling, Ida Nielsen, Emily Hawgood, Esther Chilog, and Katie Scheid. Now, as all these ladies, as they make their way to the stage, I just want to give a few little fun facts here. And we've got 99 women in the field this year. It's our largest women's field ever. As our elite field assembles here at the front, I'd like to give a special recognition for two additional runners in addition to Casey Lichtai that are going for their 10th Western States. Let's give a big round of applause for Phil Sanderson going for his 10th. And the other runner going for his 10th finish, Ken Ward. All right. He has won 29 of the 33 ultras he's entered since 2016. He's the reigning World Ultra Runner of the Year. He became the first American men's UTMB champion last year. He is the 3-time champion and current course record holder at 14 hours and 9 minutes from Flagstaff, Arizona, Jim Walmsley. Let's give our men's elite field a big round of applause.
You want me to take it?
Yeah, take it away.
Do you want to go over like teams first?
Sure.
Okay, let's.
First of all, thank you all for being here. Super nice of everybody to help out. I really appreciate it. This would not work very well without a big crew because there, as you're about to see, are a lot of logistics here and a lot of different places where I can get help. And staying cool is going to be tough, and that's going to be a main crew thing that you guys can help with. And then also getting refreshes of nutrition and then having like backup supplies because I don't know how this is going to go. I know how I hope it goes, but there's a lot of things where we've got problem-solving equipment just in case things go wrong. So the idea here is we're going to start at 5 a.m. tomorrow, and then we're going to pretty much immediately try and get out of here. Some groups have talked about maybe even leaving before the start potentially, because it does take, it's not an easy drive around the whole mountain range basically to get around to Forest Hill and then go up long windy roads to where the first couple aid stations are. So we're going to split into 2 groups because you can't be at the 1st and 3rd aid station and also at the 2nd and 4th aid station. They're on 2 different roads that run parallel and there's no good way through. So we're going to need to split the gang, and you guys can kind of figure out how you want to split that. I'll let Morgan take the lead on that.
So I think kind of what we have talked about a little bit was having me and Jacob be on one team with Amy and Scott, and then Jules and Finn on a team with Lance, Julie, and Chris. So my team would go to the 2nd and 4th one, which is Robinson Flat and then Michigan Bluff, and then Jules's team will go to the 1st aid station, the 1st crew spot, which is Duncan Canyon and Dusty Corner. So for Jules's,
Right, and then there's one other, I think Brian and Precious Pie
are gonna go up to the escarpment.
Sleep and or go up to the escarpment and then book it down but be part of the escarpment party, and then meet up around, and that might be, Michigan Bluff might be the easiest meeting spot there. So they'll hop in with the Michigan Bluff squad
which is
at
my
that
squad.
point. Yeah, Morgan's squad. But that way I can also see Brian up at the top of the escarpment.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is going to be my go-to kind of setup. I've got many different bottles that are all kind of similar, but
They're different,
the general,
and they have different purposes.
well, they are different and they have different purposes, but also they're pretty interchangeable. And the point is, there's usually, for most of it after I get rid of the vest, I'm going to have this belt, and I'm going to have a bottle that goes in the back in the belt, and that'll have some sort of electrolytes in it. I'm going to have a slightly bigger handheld that's also got electrolyte stuff in it, and if we can put ice cubes down here, that would be great. And then I'm going to have a smaller soft flask that's also a handheld that's just going to be ice water that I'm pretty much just going to use to like pour over my own head over the next half hour until I hit the next aid station. So that's my usual setup, is 2 handhelds, one bigger, one smaller. Smaller always just has water.
Chris, you know all this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's
Can you
notes.
show us?
I think it was a Flojo from Duncan and then a 90 from Robinson.
I just want to get it on the ice, so let me go grab it.
You guys too.
I know, but it's 3:40 Eating doesn't. Let's go put these in the car. Because I just like think that like we have.
I'm gonna be bumming off of them. That's them right there.
Yeah.
Let's go! Let's go!
Should we walk over there?
Yeah.
Wait, let me see this awesome design of bibs that he was telling us about yesterday. Whoa, whoa.
It's so
That is
aerodynamic.
impressive.
Okay.
Thanks.
Should we take one group guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go out of the way though. Let's go stand right over here. So it's gonna get light at like 5.
So you already timed it all out.
Hey, step back. You guys there? Where are you guys there? Take you here. Come here, come here.
Here we are, the culmination of a dream, an opportunity to share the goodness that is out there on the course today. Now, how do you do this? I'd like to suggest to all of you, because you probably have your micro splits, you have everything written down, you know how to hit all those various time marks along the way, I'd like to suggest to all of you to follow the words of the rock and roll star Patti Smith. And Patti Smith has written that we are all clocks with no hands. When you are a clock with no hands, you are in the moment. You are thinking about only what is in front of you. You're not worried about what's behind you or what is still to come. You are in that moment. You are looking at the people around you. When you come to the crew that loves you and cares about you, you're not talking about time. You're talking about how appreciative you are that those wonderful people are out there for you. If you wouldn't mind, please applaud your friends, your crews, your pacers, all those folks that are going to be out there for you. You're also going to be running across our volunteers. Our volunteers, perhaps, and then somehow over 100 miles we become a community. The communion of this race is the goodness and the grace of the people around you. When we love the people around us, there is nothing we cannot do. So love yourselves, love that dream that you've held on to for these past 6 months, and go out, not only touch the history of this race that we have today, but help us make history today. Because when you reach that track, you will become a part of this wonderful tapestry of a race, and you will forevermore be part of our hearts, and we will carry with us your noble stories that are so incredible. So give yourselves a round of applause right now, very quickly. And thank you. We love you. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a wonderful journey, everybody. We will see you in Auburn.
If someone just like can collect this, just like give it to them.
Yeah. And what we can do is I think every we've been shot.
Let's go, Ryan! Ryan Montgomery! Welcome to Ducky Canyon.
Got your bottles? On now? Yeah, I do. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, let's do a quick trench.
Let's go, Caleb. Let's go, Chris. Let's go, Chris. Let's go, Caleb. Henrietta!
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You got this, Caleb.
Here, give me that half that. Give me half that. That way, other way.
Other way, this way.
Good job. Good, dude. You did great.
Woo!
All right. Let's go.
Get us out of here.
NASCAR. Yeah.
Right? You're like, wait, what?
Emily here is working on Tyler Green's nutrition plan, Make It Stays On Point. What's he trying to hit per hour?
90 grams per hour consistently across the race, just different fueling methods throughout.
So what's he picking up from you here?
Yeah, so a small soft flask. It's got 4 gels in it, 1 caffeinated to take with him onto the next part of the course.
What else is he going to pick up from you here?
Yeah, we've got some cantaloupe, so some melon and then some salt in case he just wants to cleanse his palate and have that while he's walking through the aid station.
What's your cold plunge for the morning?
Yeah, you got that down. Just got to practice this shit. Yeah. Bag and have it stood there and someone just stands there holding it. I think having it in this bag could just be too much of a faff for him with 2 handhelds to then try and fish stuff out of them. So
there's a long time between this and the next time he sees a crew. That's why he's getting electrolyte powders that he can mix them on the go, but also some capsules in case, for whatever reason, he's wanting to change up. And that's it, basically.
Socks? I need this out. Need to change shirt? Yeah, you need to take care of my foot. It's a little warm. You want, but this, just get out of the budget. Shoes or just socks? Let's go, come on in! Come on in! Drop it right here, drop it right here. Handhelds. You want to put like new pockets? Are you fast? Yeah. Everybody's fast. It's fairly evenly spread. Yeah. This is making me think like maybe we're all just like a little bit right? Yeah. Fantastic. Jim's been taking his time. To sort Chris out. They've not got it. We've got to sort Chris out. You're 8 minutes back up first. 8 minutes back up first. You want to play something?
Probably about 11.
You're about 10 or 11.
Oh, cool. Yep.
But they're all close.
You got a couple guys then off. You want any in the back, Caleb, or are you good?
He said no. Yes, I'm in the back also.
Okay, got it.
Are you sure it's 7?
Yeah.
I can't wait to pace, man.
I know, I'm excited.
Dude, we're gonna play the game of how much left is actually there. Like we're still 30 miles left, man. Still 30 miles left.
Sweet. You can tell the other crew. I don't know if you're gonna have contact with them or not. But
we're gonna go to Michigan Block.
Okay. I may want to do a shoe and sock change there.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right. I think you're good to go.
Awesome.
I'm gonna drop with you for
good.
Nice job, dude. Awesome.
Sweet.
You got it. Good job.
Thanks.
Good job, Caleb.
How's it going, man? Do you want any caffeine gels? No caffeine. Any shoes or salt pills?
Let me think.
Take some salt pills.
Can I have another water bottle to drink?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you want some ice in your pack?
Just bear me a second.
Yes, in this top pouch, as much ice as you can fit.
I'm going to give you these electrolyte capsules because you've got 2 glasses of water here. So
I have some in here.
yeah,
Okay.
take some.
Come on, Chris.
Take all, mate.
In there! Let's go, let's go!
Charging our EVs.
What's that?
4 weeks ago, we met charging our
Oh,
EVs.
yeah! Let's go, Lauren.
Great to see you. You're doing great.
Thank you. Buff. There you go. I want this one. You crushing it? Yep. You good?
On my head. There's water on my head.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Thank you. You go. Wuha, you got this.
We're at Forest Hills aid station, Western States, which is 62 miles in. It's a hot day. I've got Josiah and Rachel, and they're talking us through what's available for the athletes at the aid station.
Yeah, I think it's over 90 right now, and so when they come in, we're going to have ice water, we're going to have goo, we have grape, we have caffeine over here as well. The athletes can have any of these sodas. We got ginger ale, Mountain Dew, Coke, we got Pellegrino, cold brew coffee as well. And we got tons of food, salt, everything.
Yes. Yeah, so on the food end, since it is really hot and all the front runners are going to be coming in soon, kind of expecting like this area. So like we have watermelon pickles, we have some fruits like bananas and oranges. This is the salt category.
Yeah, let's go and have a look at that.
All right, so salt. So we have potatoes, peanuts, goldfish, all this good stuff, crackers.
What's your best seller in here?
Potatoes and salt is always really good, but potato chips are my personal favorite. Because if you're like if you're like undersalted and you eat a potato chip and it's super salty, then you just no. So these are my personal favorites. This one, and then we got avocado balls. Those are also one of my personal favorites. So avocado balls. We have some sandwiches, but typically the front runners don't really love those. And if you make them too soon, they get stale.
I was going to ask you that. The front runners, are they eating this kind of stuff, or are they going more for gels and things?
Typically they have their own nutrition strategy. Sometimes they'll come in and like grab some potatoes and salt or something like that. But I mean, in my limited experience, they tend to kind of have their own plans.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome. Yeah. And just going back up there, I've seen this. I think that's pickle juice, is it?
Yeah, this is a gallon of pickle juice.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
How many gallons do you go through here in a day?
Probably just the one, to be honest with you. A lot of the new nutrition stuff has so much sodium in it that this is kind of an old school vibe. But yeah, and then we have candy. So a la Courtney DeWalter, there's candy down there. And then we're gonna make quesadillas. There's soup, noodles and stuff. As it gets cooler in the evening, people tend to want that stuff a little bit more. But for right now, I mean, it's so hot. This will kind of be where I think people will be, and then that. So I don't think a lot of the like hot foods are gonna be very popular.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bring this over. Will somebody grab me a water bottle? Yep. Open for me. Here. Let me know when you're ready for ice. I want you to step back like this.
Okay.
Hey, buddy, get it! Let's go!
There's ice in there.
Sorry.
Yeah, you drop this one.
Okay, got it.
Full flow gel with the 90 carb in there.
Flow gel, 90 carb.
White hat, please.
White hat.
White hat. Good.
Here.
It also has a sound. Go, Chris.
Pino.
I think they watch dogs coming in first.
Puedes venir, ¿ok? ¿Quieres un agua o algo está en la hielera?
In the river.
Both hands on the rope. Stay on the down river side. First box down. Hey, Jim! Hey, Jim! Where's the Jim?
Let's go, Jim!
You got this, Jim.
All right, Jim, good job.
All right, Jim.
Normally I only see one, maybe two.
Both hands on the rope if possible. Yes! Let's go,
All right, Tyler! Let's go!
Come on, Tyler. Both hands on the rope if possible. Go on, dude. Let's go, Tyler! Duck it when you're in the middle of the river. We love you, Tyler.
Walmsley tiptoeing up the final bit of climbing on the course that goes on for a frustratingly long time. His wife, Jess Brazo, immediately to his left.
This is Jim Walmsley. And here he comes down to the finish line. The winner of the 2024 Western States 100, Jim Walmsley. Unofficially 14:13:45.
go, congrats.
To interview our brand new M1, Jim Walmsley. We have eyes on Hayden Hawks, running up Roby Point, mile 99, overtook Rod Farber.
Oh my God!
Second place male.
Overtook Rod, he's at Roby.
Through Pointed Rocks, and look at that stride, folks. Hayden Hawks charging hard. With either Dan Jones or Rod chasing him down, and he is not letting up at all.
Oh, there she is.
24 Western States 100. One of the most exciting races in Western States history. We are joined, of course, by the 4-time champion, the course record holder, the king of Western States, Mr. Jim Walmsley. Put your hands together. Jim, before we get started, I have a gift from the race director, Mr. Craig Thorman. He wanted me to make sure you got that safely. That is, of course, the shotgun shell from the start line this morning, 5 a.m. Jim running 14 hours, 13 minutes. Jim, before we went live here, you said that was the toughest fight you've ever had here at Western States. Bring us inside of it.
Yeah, I think for the first time, like really getting past several times and just trying to take care of myself all day, which I think caused like stopping a lot more at the aid stations, making sure I'm getting ice, staying cool, just hoping that it pays off at some point. And yeah, Rod just ran an incredible day, and yeah, it just brings a lot of emotion because it was just really hard. So really
I'm reflecting on the interview we did with you earlier this week, in which you told us, we talked back to 2016, and we said, hey, like, coming back, you've won this 3 times, you have the course record, like, do you need it, or do you want it the same way you did then? And you said, no, I needed it then, I want it now. Can you walk us through what it meant to want it out there?
maybe it's a little bit of a soft lie, and I still needed it. So, yeah, definitely.
One of the greatest finishes for 2nd and 3rd in Western States history. Put your hands together for Rod Farber, Hayden Hawks. Absolutely heroic finish here. The fastest podium ever in Western States history. 3 of the 4 fastest times in Western States history. Absolutely historic day. Okay, folks, hang tight. We're going to do the podium men together here. This is one for the ages. They deserve to all sit together to recount the battle that unfolded here today. One for the history books.
You don't know how much I care about it.
Enjoy this moment here with our men's podium as Hayden Hawks makes his way over here also. We chatted with Jim for just a moment. Rod, I'd love to hear from you.
Led Western States, and he was like, well, Jim's never been behind anyone at Western States. Talk a little bit about settling into that mindset and really adapting to that out there.
Yeah, it gave me energy, definitely. It was always short-lived, and I didn't really think much of it. I knew he'd come back, and we were just taking our turns, really, and it's kind of the point of, I think, ultra running, and like we're all out there pushing each other, and whoever finishes first, that's great. But yeah, we're running together out there.
Hayden, coming to you now. You have been a runner-up here at Western States. You finished one spot lower. I'm sure you would agree this was a much better performance, something you were much more proud of. Early in the week, you said your goal was just to run a complete race. It does not get more complete than sprinting around the track for second place. Take us into the battle coming from behind against Rod and how it evolved.
Yeah, 8 weeks ago, I wasn't even going to run this race because I had a pretty serious injury after Black Canyon and didn't think I'd be able to do this. So I'm just really happy to be here and to be, on the track here today. My goal coming in was to break 15 hours. I think I did that. I think I ran like an hour and 30-minute PB or something like that. So, I did everything I could, to be honest with you. I've always said, I want to run my own race. I want to run a race that I'm proud of. I want to run a complete race. Check, 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 I did that, and the only, Jim and Rod were just better, and that's all that it was. I did everything I possibly could, and I'm very proud of the race today.
There.
Yeah, Caleb! Yeah, Caleb! Oh my God!
Fifth male, Caleb Olson. Well done. Nice work out there. Teammate of Tyler Green, got to see them running out on Cal 1 today. Both of them at mile 65, 66.
Check, check, check. Okay, we are back. A big congratulations to Caleb Olson.
Yeah, because I want to watch the golden might do a little running tomorrow. Yeah.
We started a tradition. We make it back to Auburn at the party. Oh, sweet. You like to wear your shirt? Of course.
I watched for it. I'm driving 40 minutes. Yeah, right. Yeah, definitely. Yes, that's a good thing. Can you do snaps or magnets or something? I'm like, no.
Speaking of teams, this is what it's about. Now they get to hang it. Yes!
Oh, wow.
Yes!
I love this. I love this. Hey, he gets to say, I finished the West Eastern 100 with my dad. That's epic.
Oh, walking the final steps with Lewis.
Oh, look at that. Congratulations, Tyler Green. Top 10.
I thought I would make it through a Western States without crying, but no, that's just too beautiful.
That's
I love
amazing. it. Yeah. I mean, this whole ultra marathon community makes me think. There's an African proverb that I live by, and it says, if you want to go fast, you go alone, but if you want to go far, you go together. I see a lot of
Good job, Ty.
in the race itself, but we're talking about the training to begin with.
Western States 100, this is Cody Child.
thing and then threw away the wrapper at an aid station, so you may not have counted that one, but yeah, all I took from the aid station was plain water.
2 refills of plain water.
Yes.
And were you taking the electrolyte capsules at this stage? Because we gave a few packs to you and we only received a few.
I took 1 electrolyte capsule.
1 capsule, okay, cool.
And then the other, I said I refilled 2 bottles with water. Some of one of them I was just using for dousing.
Okay, so not all of that had gone down. Okay,
not all
that's
of it.
fine. Would you estimate half over your head and half drunk, or?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the next aid station after Robinson was Dusty. You came and saw us again at Dusty Corner. Before you saw us there, I think I remember seeing some ice, but I don't remember you seeing you filling up bottles on the live stream.
Yeah, I didn't fill up anything.
Okay, so just straight through.
Yeah.
And then after Dusty, that was to Michigan.
Yeah.
What was I believe it was something, Devil's Thumb was the aid station between then. I think I saw you getting ice again there.
Yes.
What was do you remember the fluids there? I think you were there for about 30 seconds.
I got more Roctane there also.
1 full soft flask?
1 full soft flask of Roctane, 1 full soft flask of water.
Same flavour Roctane?
No, this one was like a fruit punch kind of thing.
Fruit punch, okay. Have a look at that. I think I actually made a note that one was orange when you came into Michigan.
Yeah, it was like orange or red.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, okay. And then after Michigan, it wasn't that long till Forest Hill, so I think that was just actually the next stop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was no
nothing in between.
And then after Forest Hill, we didn't see you for a little while, but you were running with Finn for a little bit. What did you take between after Forest Hill and before we saw you at?
So I did a water refill. There were 4 aid stations. It was Cal 1, Cal 2, Cal 3. Rucky Chucky is on the near side of the river. I stopped at all of them, got ice, and did water refills at all of them. And then at Rucky Chucky, I realized I was like really low on carbs, and so I